Welcome into episode 16 of Ramie and Drew. I am Ramie Makloff. That is Drew Flaggy. It's a couple of Milwaukee-based comedians just talking sports and whatever else comes to mind. Drew, I got a new camera. I got a new microphone. You are still doing what you're doing. And you need a haircut. If I'm being real with you, if I'm gonna keep it real, if I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, as we used to say on the Big Show.
Yeah. So instead of buying a microphone for this, I opted to buy new shoes for the gym.
Yeah. See,
I got my day mates. We already talked about this.
Do you think we'll ever be a Bart Winkler if you don't step your game up and commit a little bit to this podcast, the Ramie and Drew Show, and Bart Winkler of CBS Sports Radio, and into the Winklerverse, wherever you get podcasts? Joins us now on episode 16 to talk a little Super Bowl. Can you talk to my guy Bart about stepping up his technical game for this podcast thing?
No, people are always like, oh, they think my operation's always more like professional than it is. This mic worked, but it was $100. And
this was like 40. This is like $40.
I like yours better than mine.
Mine doesn't have a stand though, so if you're watching on YouTube, it looks like I'm
it's nice.
Doing an open mic set.
It's nice and thick, and you're holding it real nice at the bottom. I like where it is in relation to your throat.
Where else would I hold it? This is where you hold a microphone, is it not? I know it's phallic. I know that's the joke. It's phallic, and I'm holding it near my face. But where do you hold a microphone? This is where you've worked in radio for a long time. Bart, Drew, you do stand-up comedy. Where do you hold it to? You hold it to your mouth. You hold it close to your face.
Well, backstage, you did say that this is like doing an open mic set. So like, if we're like amateurs at this right now, so you got to hold it like you're rapping, or where you're drinking like the last water you have. That's how like open micers always do it. They're starting to get the pink player now, like they're about to like really diss track somebody.
Or they hold it nowhere near their mouth and nobody can hear what they're saying. They just don't understand the dynamics of a microphone and how it works.
Yeah, it's got to be at your belly button also if you really are making points out there. If you're just letting the establishment have it, dude, you hold that at your belly button.
All right, we didn't bring Bart here to talk about open mics and my technical setup.
I like it.
We brought Bart here to talk about the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. Super Bowl, it was 58, right? The Roman numerals always fuck me up. I can't. Yeah. I think I was saying 68 all last week because I don't understand Roman numerals and I lose count of these things. And Bart, I know you. I mean, you didn't have a super invested interest in this, but you had an interest in this. You like shitting on the 49ers and specifically Brock Purdy.
I would say I had as much this is the most I've had a vested interest since the Packers. And honestly, when I was texting people last night, when the Niners went up 10-0, I texted a bunch of people I would rather see the Bears or Vikings win than the 49ers. I think I hate them the most.
Really?
And now in the moment that might change. I think the Vikings winning one would really suck because they never have. I don't think if you could have told me last night when it was 10-0, you said, all right, Bart, the Chiefs will win this game, but the qualification is the Bears win next year's Super Bowl. I would have taken that so fast. I hate the 49ers. I think why do I hate the Bears? Oh, because we're close and you're obsessed with us. Why do I hate the Vikings? Because
it's a division rivalry. I just muted my new mic and didn't even know it because I don't know how this thing works.
Because it's they're they see Packers Bears and they want it with both of us. They're real losery about it. The 49ers actually caused me pain. They have fought in 5 different Januaries since we won a Super Bowl. They have caused me pain. And the only thing that keeps me going is knowing that they will eventually also feel that pain because they are some of the biggest chokers in NFL history. So I don't want to live in a world where Kyle Shanahan doesn't blow a lead. I don't want to live in a world where the Brock Purdy takes are out of control. So I had a vested interest. I was very strongly rooting for the Chiefs, very strongly.
I was too. I was rooting for the villains there. I'm like, I want to see the dynasty so then I can bitch about them next year. That's what I want to be like. Oh, they're just like Patriots. That's what I wanted. I want to watch the Death Star get built. That's what
I want to watch a dynasty and bitch about it the whole time it's happening, and then like in 20 years be like, man, that Patriots dynasty was really something to see. Oh, when those Chiefs won back to back, that was quite the sight.
Why are you Southern in this hypothetical? I don't understand what just happened here.
No,
I'm moving to Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah, I totally get it, dude. That's what I want. I want to see the dynasty. I want people to be like, and Taylor Swift was a part of this. I just want every part of the discourse to be as annoying as possible. I was rooting for the Chiefs on behalf of Taylor Swift because I just wanted to see people mad.
I appreciate
pettiness. Something totally different.
Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
So Ramie's wearing a Superman shirt.
Yeah,
that's a bold statement. Because like I like Captain America and I would wear a shield, but that's different. When you wear the S as a shirt, are you a fan of Superman or do you think you're Superman? Or another
friend of mine said the same thing.
Yeah.
And he trolled me and he trolled, but that's what he does is troll. Roland, if you're listening right now, he just trolls nonstop. And I said to him, why is this any different from wearing any other? I have a Captain America shirt with the shield on it. Nobody says shit. I have all kinds of shirts. I have shirts with R2D2 and C3PO on it. Nobody says, "Oh, do you think you're R2D2?" No, motherfucker. I'm a fan of R2D2. I'm a fan of Superman. Why is this shirt any different? No, I'm not. I don't think I'm Superman. I'm a very average man.
Superman. That's the shirt Superman wears. You're basically wearing a Superman jersey.
I was with you right until that last point.
What should a Superman shirt look like? What should
if you want a Superman shirt look like? If you want a Superman shirt, just have it like do a little patch right here so you can show your support of Superman. When you do a big logo across your chest, you're like you come off like you think you're Superman.
No, I just like Superman. That's all there is to it.
When I pop my Damian Lillard jersey on later, I did buy Dame 8s for the gym. Yeah, no, I think I'm Dame Lillard. I'm definitely I'm like, we're pretty much twinsies. Yeah.
That's very different. That's a very different thing. He is actually trying to be Dame Lillard. It's not skin tight. It's not like it's just a shirt. It's just a shirt with a Superman logo on it.
The guy's trying to tell us he's not Superman. Okay, Clark, we believe you.
Oh,
I don't even wear glasses, bro.
It was the greatest acting of all time in the Justice League movie when Gal Gadot says, "Kal-El, no!" Like she can't act. I don't know. She's hot.
Hey, who's pumped for Deadpool though?
I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm pumped. Like you.
Are we getting into comic book talk?
Twitter.
Oh, Deadpool, yeah.
No, we've already done this on Twitter where I'm like, the MCU is terrible, and I'm like, it is. The Marvels is bad. Go back and watch Civil War. Go back and watch Civil War and be like, how did we get to Cats the movie here?
Okay, fair enough.
They used the fucking cat in the first Captain Marvel movie. They eat people and kill them, but now you can just take a Pakistani family and move them across where like they're in a dimension. Like so, like the cats can choose how. Wait!
I haven't seen. I'm watching it tonight. I'm literally gonna watch it tonight because it just came out on streaming. And yeah, I'm gonna fucking watch it, dude. And I'm gonna take Bart's word for it. I'm somewhere right in between you guys. Like Bart, I was gonna bring this up later in the show because I was planning on watching the Marvels, and I know you two have opposite feelings about the Marvel universe. I'm somewhere right in between you two. Like Bart is still very fanboy and seems to be in denial about the decline of Marvel. Drew, you just go way over the top and go overboard about the decline of Marvel. And I'm right in between. I think there might be parts of the Marvels that I enjoy. I'm not going into it expecting a terrible movie because people who take this shit way too seriously, like Drew Flaggy, have told me that it's a terrible movie. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to let you ruin this for me.
it's not taking it seriously. It's the fact that everything they do in the MCU revolves entirely around leveraging like the entire world building and stuff. And these directors have openly said that they don't talk to each other anymore. Nobody's watching each other's movies, and then shit happens in a movie that completely contradicts the shit that happened in the movie before that. And then a Disney Plus show comes along and undoes everything that mattered. Did you know that Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, the Marvels, for what it is, the movie itself is not. It does not deserve the amount of shit that it got. But I do, with like comparing it to Civil War. Like the problem with the MCU was that shit was so good, and to come back, it's just like they may have already peaked, and they're still trying to trug along. There is a problem right now with the interconnectivity, where like when I left the Marvels out of the theater, I didn't even have any thoughts about the Marvels. I was just pissed that Secret Invasion existed because that show sucked.
That was terrible. That was truly terrible.
I want to do this as quick as possible so we can get back to talking about sports, because that's what I'm assuming most people want.
Whatever. Yeah.
But okay, so do you remember Spider-Man Far From Home, like way back when it's like Nick Fury is kind of oblivious to everything going on and he's a dumbass and everything.
Yeah.
And doesn't know what's happening with Mysterio and gets tricked really easily. And then at the end of the movie, they're like, "Oh, he was a Skrull because Nick Fury was on vacation in space by the beach or something." Where he was like on a beach in a space station, and he's like, "Oh, I got to get back to work." So it was Talos that screwed up all of the shit that they were doing. And then in Secret Invasion, they literally wrote a scene where they were like, Nick Fury's an idiot, and everything he ever did was because the Skrulls are better. And it's like, you didn't even watch the Spider-Man movie. And it's like, like Nick Fury was dumb because he was a Skrull. And then when real Nick Fury comes back, they're like, no,
I fucking hate the Skrulls. Hate them. Hate them.
Can I I don't know if this is a controversial opinion in the comic book movie world, but just fuck it with all the interconnectivity, man. Just make good movies. Just make good stories into good movies. I feel I mean it was like, but like you said, Bart, what they did in the first phase was amazing. Like, and I don't know that you'll ever match that or recreate that. So don't necessarily try to. Let's just move on from that, because quite frankly, a lot of this stuff, like they're going deep cuts on some of these characters that they're throwing out there and trying to build movies and franchises around. And I don't really care about a lot of these characters, but I also feel like I have to go and watch them because it's like homework. So you know what's going on in the whole universe. And that takes some of the enjoyment out of it for me, even when it does come to the stuff that I like.
But would it feel like homework if any of this shit was good? If it was good, it wouldn't feel like homework. Literally, I have the Galaxy poster behind me. That was a relatively unknown team for people that didn't read the comics. And the Star-Lord, Rocket, Gamora team, that's the second iteration of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The first iteration is like Starhawk and fucking Yondu and like Charlie 23 and Martin X and Mainframe. Like that's the first Guardians team. This is the second team that they made a movie on. And they did it because James Gunn can take a lot of like characters that nobody knows and just make them into something. Same thing he did with the Suicide Squad. Like,
you know who any of those people are, Bart, that he just reeled off there?
I don't read the comics. I just like the movies.
They were all in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That was like Sylvester Stallone's character, and they all showed up at the end of the movie, like at like Yondu's funeral, because they were the original Guardians team from the comics. So it's like, yes, they have done deep cuts going all the way back to phase 2. That doesn't really matter. It's just, is this good? Because the entire thing about like the first phase of the MCU was real simple. It was guy or girl is an average person and learns how to become a hero and saves people. That's it. Now you got Scarlet Witch throwing fucking purple loop balls that we don't know who's winning or losing fights. Like in Winter Soldier, Captain America gets shot in the stomach and you're like, oh, fuck, he might actually die. Now people are just throwing energy orbs at each other. Do they burn? Are they cold? What are they? Nobody knows what their powers are. It's just indistinct fucking dumb magic.
And my biggest gripe is like, it's like the blip never happened. People were gone for 5 years. I need more post blip stories. Like,
but you know what? Like
I started fucking my neighbor.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier literally tried. They said they addressed it because Falcon just goes, "Do better, Senator," because those people were mad. The Flag Smashers were mad that they didn't have. Dude, it's all dumb, and they're like, "Yeah, we addressed it. Like, people are displaced." It's like, well, no shit. And it's like that's also on the Avengers for bringing back 3.5 billion people, just being like, "All right, well, at the snap of a finger, we could just do it." It's like that's not gonna. They didn't tell anybody. They didn't tell the government they're doing this. All of a sudden, people were just back, and they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
fuck. Whoops." And then Captain America goes and fucks off in another timeline, which apparently would cause an incursion, according to goddamn whatever the Loki show is. So he goes off so he can go fuck Peggy Carter, even though she's past her prime sexually, obviously, because he goes and meets her in the fucking 1950s.
Yeah.
Like he goes
back. You got to get that 1940s Peggy Carter.
And he doesn't go and she's got crow's feet now. And then he doesn't go and he doesn't save Bucky. Like he's just like, no, my friend's just getting quartered. Well, whatever. He'll figure it out later, I guess, or not. Like he doesn't go back and save his family. He doesn't go back and do anything. He's an asshole.
He doesn't save JFK or none of that shit.
No, he doesn't care. Fuck. Like, goddamn, betrayed his entire.
He opens the paper. He's like, November 29, 1963. Should I go save JFK or fuck 60-year-old Peggy Carter again?
Dude. Bart, you gotta remember this, Bart. Like, it's literally like in Civil War. They showed Bucky was the one who killed JFK canonically. So he doesn't save his friend, and then JFK gets killed.
Yeah.
He could have saved American innocence.
Wow. What a trip.
We might not have had to see. We might not have had to. We might not have to see that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. commercial on the Super Bowl last night if he went back and did that.
Yeah, I'm happy the Chiefs won. Anyway.
Yeah.
Do we go back to the Super Bowl? I like 8 minutes ago. Drew was like, "I'm going to keep this short so that we can get back to the sports,"
Robbie,
and then retraced 82 steps of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and where they went wrong.
Ramie, if you want me to go back to when they went wrong, it's when they started making.
No, I don't.
Hey, they went woke and went broke is what happened.
Yeah, they get more women.
Yep.
You remember when Wakanda had the absolute audacity to like lecture the entire world about being good people when they're like, we're so technologically advanced, and then they just let slavery happen?
What?
Yeah, you're real fucking good, Wakanda.
I'm not touching that one.
No, we're going there.
We'll bring it back to the Super Bowl. Come back, Bart.
Now you want to talk about Brock Purdy because I said something about the Black Panther movie. Now all of a sudden Brock Purdy matters. Wow, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna edit that part out. You can come back, Bart. That'll all be edited out. What are you holding up there? What did that say? What is that? The last time the Packers won the Super Bowl? Is that the cover of the? Oh yeah, it is.
I
That's Aaron Rodgers and Clay Matthews.
I remember looking at these two on stage, Rodgers and Matthews, and thinking, I didn't even enjoy it because I thought, there's going to be so many more, and then there weren't because of the fucking 49ers.
Yeah, I was 21. I was 21 when that Super Bowl happened. I was freshly 21, so I had a good time at the bar.
And Bart, bringing it back to the Super Bowl, I know you got what you wanted out of your pettiness over the 49ers, but when it comes to Brock Purdy specifically, he played a really good for almost 4 quarters of that. Well, yeah, for 4 quarters of that football game, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. I'll just go ahead and say it. He outplayed Patrick Mahomes in that game until overtime. Then that was just classic Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs or the 49ers just let him hang around, and a lot of it happened on special teams, like a blocked extra point, the ball doinking off the guy's foot on the punt return. But Brock Purdy played a damn good game, dude. And I know you plan on going. We're recording this. It's just short of 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Milwaukee. Bart goes on the air at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on CBS Sports Radio. I know you're planning on about 4.5 hours going and shitting all over Brock Purdy. I don't know that there's much you can shit on here, dude. He played a damn good game in the biggest game of his life after being Mr. Irrelevant 2 years ago.
See, but he did not play a damn good game.
He did.
No,
that's a good defense he went against.
Purdy played well. Purdy is a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
He is.
Yeah. And there were times when it's like, oh no, are they going to lose? And he's like, no, I got you. And he had a nice run or had a nice pass. And obviously Mahomes is the master of that, so he wasn't going to win this football game. But yeah, Brock Purdy is a good quarterback. That only got so controversial. And I did this bit on my show, but it was like the Niners fans started to say, like, hey, Brock Purdy's a really good quarterback. And then everybody else was like, Brock Purdy, is he a really good? Maybe. He's good, though. And then the Niners fans heard everybody else saying, whoa. You don't think he's really good? Like, this guy is Joe Montana. He's Steve Young. And then they start to escalate. And then everyone else is like, well, hey, okay. He's not that good. And they're like, he's the fucking MVP. And it's like, what the hell are you doing? So it's all coming from the Niners. Brock Purdy, if you would just let him be, he's a good quarterback. If he was on a shittier team, he might be shittier, but he's on a good team and he uses the other guy's skills, but they also use his. The comparison I use is Draymond. Like, Draymond Green is a good basketball player, but he goes to a lot of different cities or a lot of different careers. He does not have this career, but with the Warriors, they're able to maximize what he can do and also maybe not make him do the things that you like. Draymond Green would have tried to score 25 points a game on shittier teams. Don't do that. Just be Draymond. Brock, don't be like, just be Brock. And yes, the stats were great, but to say he was the MVP, he's not even the MVP on his own team, but he is a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. That's
I think
it.
if they win that game, he is the MVP because the only guy who would come close would be Christian McCaffrey, and he had the fumble that was one of the reasons that the Chiefs were able to stick around in that game.
Oh, no,
Juwan Jennings. Yeah, for sure.
I want to flip that. What the hell, number 10 from the Chiefs? What the hell's his name? Fucking
Pacheco.
Pacheco. He fumbled the ball too, and he had some pretty bad runs or just ran into guys. He I would also say on the flip side, kind of was playing the Chiefs out of it for 3 quarters. He did not look good.
They just look like they look like they were the ones that had a concert in Tokyo the night before and just arrived in Las Vegas. They look terrible.
Taylor Swift slamming that beer, that was awesome, dude.
Taylor Swift is awesome.
That was
you got a Swiftie here, Drew. You didn't even know we had a Swiftie in Bart Winkler.
I don't care, man. Listen to whatever you want to. I don't care.
No, I don't even. She's just a great person. She's in love.
I agree.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, she's a government psyop in a plant, and honestly, probably not a real person. Like, she's fake, just like all the birds are. I get it. Like, it's fine. She's.
Yeah.
I love that though. Like, the amount of I really like Twitter with them being like, look at this satanic person up here with all these Satanists.
Dude,
like,
I ended up at my brother's house for the I ended up at my brother's house for the Super Bowl yesterday, and I guess it was a friend of his wife, my sister-in-law. She's like a conspiracy theorist, and she made my girlfriend watch a 3-minute YouTube video about halftime performers throwing up the Illuminati sign, and that was annoying enough. And then she was standing in front of the TV, like literally as the game was starting, standing in front of the TV, trying to show another friend this video on full volume. And I have never wanted to leave a Super Bowl party more in my life.
I've never wanted to be invited to a Super Bowl party more in my life. What's this chick's deal? Is she single? I'll leave my girlfriend right now for this one. If she's going to be coming in with hot takes every day, don't make dinner. Make me watch YouTube. I want to know what's up. That rules. What's her name? Dude, give me her number.
I'll give it to you after the show. I can't do it on the air.
I know. Give it out, dude. Maybe there's more people
single.
Up.
Also, people. Yeah, you're right. I should just not go to Super Bowl party. Like, I'm there for the whole thing. Like, I want to see commercials and the halftime show and the whole thing. And the only time, man, people are going to listen to this who are there. The only time anyone shut up was when the halftime show was going on during the I don't know which commercials were good. I legit don't know which commercials were good or if any of them were good in the Super Bowl yesterday. There were parts of the game I missed because I'm doing this. I'm staying home for the Super Bowl from now on and inviting over people who I know how to watch the Super Bowl, and only those people.
Well, see, I know how to do both. I know how to not shut up and watch the Super Bowl.
I just watched it with my wife and kid, and it was pretty great.
Yeah. See? Yeah. Bart has it right.
We ordered food, and that was good.
I went over to Brandon's house and made my chili. Daryl Cochran, Milwaukee comedian, brought chicken wings from JJ's. That was nice. That was good. We had a good little spread going. Hannah made some.
Nobody knows who these people are.
No, I don't care. I said Milwaukee comedian, but then like
you're talking like you ever talk to like an old person?
These are like
Grandma, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing real good. Scott was just over and he was telling me about Becky's new job. Grandma, I'm not in your friend group.
Yeah, I barely know who these. I'm just kidding. I know
you fucking work at the Improv with two of
them. Yeah, I know a few of them. I know all of them. I'm just being a dick. Bart, did you like I said, I don't know. What your thoughts on the halftime show, commercials, anything catch your eye outside of the game? Anything catch Bart's interest
I saw someone say that fancy? I saw someone say that it's great getting old because then you enjoy the halftime shows more. There's
that was our buddy Ryan Horvat who said that.
I think a lot of people said that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But I thought it was good. I mean, not everything is going to be the best ever. I think we have like not every commercial is going to. We sit there watching these commercials like we want to enjoy a comedic advertisement for the first time, or that the halftime show needs to be the greatest thing ever. I don't know when we got into this like thing that everything needs to be the greatest ever, but we have. That's why Florida State did not get in. Still pissed about that.
You're still hung up on that, huh?
I am.
You're not even a Florida State fan. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but it's just because we got to this place where everything needs to be the best ever, and people are going to be like, "Oh, Usher, that was probably like the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th best halftime show ever. That's pretty good." The commercials, like, maybe there's some that I like. I don't know. It's still someone trying to sell you something. So we're all like, oh, we're trying to act like it's the first time Shakespeare ever performed. It's a fucking advertisement. I thought the whole night was good. There wasn't anything that happened that took my joy out of the night. Like nothing made my night worse. Tony Romo was fine. Taylor Swift was fine. Commercials were fine. Music was fine. Everything was fine. It was good. It was
the referees didn't fuck it up either. Like there have been Super Bowls in the past where like the refs are the story afterwards. Yeah, it was just like it was a fine. Like you said, you're 100% spot on, Bart. It was a fine night. Like not the greatest night ever in terms of the game or the show or the halftime show or the commercials or anything else. But it was fine. It was nothing ruined it. There was nothing there to ruin it.
I would honestly say like I actually really liked the halftime show. I thought it started off slow, but like I thought it was pretty damn good. Did you see?
But you're in the Illuminati, so you have a vested interest to say that.
It's me. It's that girl at your Super Bowl party and Alex Jones. We're fighting against the Satanists worshiping Moloch, the owl god. I gotta get on InfoWars, man. That's where we're taking this, Ramie. If
you guys are really trying, if you're really trying to like start a podcast, just really slant, like be more Newsmax than Newsmax. You guys will pop off in a minute.
Drew isn't far
especially
from
since Ramie's not.
Not what? Did you just freeze or did your brain just freeze? Which one?
A white guy.
I almost said American.
I was fucking born here. What do you mean I'm not American? Of course I'm American. Well, I love America.
What about your values?
Yeah,
I thought the Dunkin' Donuts Ben Affleck Matt Damon. I thought that was fucking hilarious. I thought that was really good.
I did get Dunkin' Donuts coffee for breakfast on my way into work this morning, so I think that commercial the psyop worked.
It probably did it for you see it did it for you.
Cents out of me this morning.
Bart, I know you have go ahead.
I washed my wife's and son's feet this morning.
Oh, nice, good, yeah, man.
Because of that commercial. Yep.
Because of the Jesus commercial.
Yeah, Jesus discriminate on feet, dude. He didn't care.
Dude, how many of those were there? How much money did Jesus spend on advertising for the Super Bowl?
That was the first. Well, it's all of our collection plate money. If you were coming on Sundays, you would know where that money came from, Ramie.
They might have had the most ads on the, like, more than any beer company or soda company or anything else. They might have had, the Jesus people might have had the most ads on the Super Bowl.
That was the first commercial too. It was the Jesus one. It was like, oh, that was weird. I didn't
The
like
foot
that.
washing one, right?
Yeah, the feet one.
Rex Ryan loved that commercial, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was horrible. I didn't like that. The only commercial I saw everybody like talking about was the Aubrey Plaza one where she was like, I'm having fun or so. I can't even remember what it was, but it was because it was Aubrey Plaza. And then at the end of it, it was Nick Offerman. And it's like, oh, because we all liked Parks and Rec. So this was good now. This is like the same thing as Zach Braff and the other guy from fucking Scrubs. Where it's like, no, they're in commercials together everywhere.
I didn't see it because people were talking. I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't see that. The Aubrey Plaza, Nick Offerman commercial. I have no idea what you're talking about.
She was just like, I'm having a blast. And she's not actually having fun, but she's having a Baja Blast.
Yeah, it was her lame shit. And then she was, it was a Baja Blast commercial. That's what it was.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no one's talking about any of the commercials at all. No one cares. It seems like no one cares. At least you'd always have one like the next day at work that everyone was like, oh damn, that one was the shit. Like Doritos always used to run a great one. Like the guy in the park where he was sitting on the park bench, the nerdy guy, and he like licked his finger or whatever, and then a girl running by jogging like sucked his finger, and then he goes to the park the next day and he poured Doritos on his dick, and like she got shoved out of the way by like a guy who looks like all three of us, and he was like, like that, and that was a great commercial.
Are you sure this really happened?
That did not happen.
Yeah, no, that's literally a Doritos commercial from like 10 years ago.
No,
I don't think you're.
No, I'll find it on you.
He shoved Doritos down his dick.
No. What he did is he had like the Doritos on his fingers or whatever, and like when he was gonna like lick his finger, the girl running by sucked on his finger and was like, "Ooh," like that. And then like the next day, he's like, "Oh, I have a bright idea." And the next day, when he sees her running by, he just dumped the bag out on his pants.
No, that did not. You're making that up.
That is for real. I'll send it to you on Messenger, dude. I swear to God.
No, you know what? I'm gonna post this clip on Twitter, and then you just post the ad in the comments and the replies. Just find the
either Ramie or I remember this.
Do you remember the kid drowning in the bathtub for Nationwide? Do you remember that one?
Yes, I do remember that one. Yeah, that was just a couple of years ago.
Nearly as funny.
Okay. All right. Do you realize this man is a national radio host? Are you trying to get him fired? He's an employee of CBS Sports Radio, for crying out loud.
Is he an employee of Nationwide?
No, he's not. Are you? They probably advertise.
No, they were one of the many places I applied to that rejected me during my hiatus.
In between jobs.
Nationwide was the one who put that commercial out, so maybe he went for the marketing for them because that was a
Speaking of
what I'm going to lose my job for is when I go to the park in 15 minutes and shove a bag of Cool Ranch down my fucking pants. See if any of the moms coming out from school, how hungry they are for a chip.
Bart, I know you got to get ready to host your radio show. We haven't talked to you since episode 1. We're now on episode 16. And a lot happened with the Bucks. They fired their coach. They hired a new coach. Dame still isn't quite Dame. They lost a bunch of games when they hired Doc Rivers. We're just generally where you at on the Bucks. How you feeling? They play tonight, by the way, live stream of the Ramie and Drew show after that game is over against the Nuggets right here on this channel, wherever you're listening.
Oh, you're pumping out 2 in one day?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that everyone who wanted to tear the whole thing down after 2 games is all of a sudden the most patient kind of person on earth. Like, and I think it'll be fine, but I thought it would be fine anyway. I think that this team doesn't need, if they just, like, I like that we have Pat Bev, went to the game Friday. That was fun to see. Hit a big three. This team, they have Giannis and Dame. Like, we're arguing about, oh, well, we didn't trade for whoever, or could we buy out Davis Bertans? Like, you have Giannis and Dame. Just let them play. Yeah. You have if they don't if they don't win a title, it's going to be because it didn't work. They weren't that pairing's not good enough, I guess, to win a title, or another team was better. Like, you don't need. You have Giannis and Dame. Just let them play. I think we're way too over like analyzing what they need to do. Just as they are constructed even today, they are talented enough to win a title. They are totally talented enough to win a title. I don't know if an injury is going to get in the way, or now this bullshit Doc Rivers curse. But you have Giannis and Dame. So really, I am in still kind of pilot mode until the playoffs. I don't give a shit about losing these games because we win more games than we lose, and everything's gonna be fine. So I don't care about cheating. I don't care.
I did say the other night, I think it was Friday night or Thursday, I don't remember. But I got annoyed watching that game for the first time that I have all see, because I've been right where you are, Bart, and I haven't.
That was the Minnesota game. That was
it was the Minnesota game, and I was annoyed by what I saw pretty much start to finish in that basketball game, and even though they were shorthanded, it was worse than I thought it should look, and I was just annoyed watching that game. Not discouraged. I've been saying pretty much the same thing you are. They have Giannis and Dame. If the defense gets a little bit better and Dame gets anywhere near to form, this team could easily win a championship. But I was annoyed watching that game.
Well, Minnesota's tough defensively anyway, so it's not. I knew going into that one, I didn't think we were going to win, but we got spanked pretty bad in that one. The most discouraging thing to me right now is Middleton having another injury just creep up. And I know it's not his fault. Like, it's not him not being conditioned. But that rolled ankle, that sucks because he was playing so well up until that point. Like, he was playing well in that game early on. And then he just, Katie's who got under. He wears those shoes that are too big for his feet. That's been well chronicled since 2021. So it's like, yeah, he, slipped on his shoe or whatever, rolled his ankle. And now it's like, I just wish Middleton could get right and be back for I just don't want any injuries. That's the biggest thing. With the buyout market, I know people wanting us to go find some dude off the buyout market, but if any of these guys were like difference makers, they wouldn't have gotten bought out.
True.
So I don't know why people think we're going to go get some giant free agent that's all of a sudden going to change the direction of this team or something. Like, the guys I wanted on the buyout market when we talked about it were all guys to take pressure off of the guys that we need to produce. Like, you go get a big rebounder to just take pressure on that side of the floor off of Bobby Portis so he can shoot more. Or, he can play, he can be more active on the offensive end and not have to waste so much energy fighting for rebounds that Pat Connaughton smacks out of his hands half the time.
Yeah, if they get somebody on the buyout market, cool. If they don't, it's not the end of the season. Like Bart said, this is a team that can win a championship as currently constructed.
I do think that a lot of our fans, because it is a new fan base, like, we keep harping on that, but like, after like the championship, we got so many new fans that like now it's like they're like a dog who bit somebody, and it's like, okay, it's like they were like fire Griffin, fire Griffin, fire Griffin. Then we did it, and now they're just rabid. They're like, now we got to fire Doc, and we got to trade Dame, and they're just like all like everyone's angry.
Yeah,
like if you were anti-Adrian Griffin, okay, rookie head coach, whatever. If you don't think Doc's gonna work, fine. These people that are like mad we traded for Dame, go leave. Don't want. I mean, this is what this is a franchise that for 10 years the fans have been saying trade Middleton for Bradley Beal. 10 years of that. And now we trade nobody. Oh, we traded Drew. Sorry. Eye roll for the audio listener. It was a big one. Double time with a tongue stick out.
They almost fell out of his head. Eyes almost rolled right out of his head.
Damian Lillard.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Bart, any parting thoughts on the Bucks, the Super Bowl, the show, the podcast, Drew's technical set? Anything? Any parting words for the Ramie and Drew show?
I want a show of like a normal family just after the blip. Like, I just want to see. I just want there to be more blip acknowledgement. You want just like a sitcom, a post blip family sitcom. I want like This Is Us, a 5-season broadcast TV where it's a family and they're going through drama, only it's the backdrop of the blip. And sometimes, an energy orb shoots across the sky and they're like, Oh, fuck. I guess the Eternals are up to it again. Fucking sky's moving. Hey, did you see this big things in the fucking ocean? Yeah, I did. Honey, you're fucking our neighbor. You know?
That would be funny. The guy, he has a younger, hotter wife. It would be like Modern Family. The guy just like, you know, his normal age, appropriate aged wife comes back to life, but he's got a new, hotter, younger, probably a little loopy because her family died in the blip.
And I want to know what normal people are doing during the MCU. Like, what are normal people doing?
You know, when you first started describing it, I was like, I was about to say, I don't think I'd watch this, but the more you get into it, I think I would. I think I'd check that out.
Like the guy, okay, like my idea here where I'm going with is the guy was married, his wife was blipped away, 5 years passed, he has another wife, and then the first action that they have to take when she comes back from the blip is now he has to become Mormon so he can legally have more than one wife, and they move to Utah.
Okay, now I'm not watching again. This doesn't interest me. You lost me.
Book of Mormon, dude. It's gonna be great. Like we can have.
I think you got to make them pick one. There's no drama if you get to have them both.
Well, no, but like
all the drama out of it.
And, like,
oh no, who do I sleep with first? Oh boy.
No, one of them's like you need to vacuum, and the other one's like I need you to fuck right now. I don't know. He's either got a vacuum
all
or
right.
he has enough energy working 2 jobs to put his kids through college.
But there's not enough jobs available because there's not as much industry anymore because the economy shifted in those 5 years, and now you have to accommodate 4 billion more people that are trying to work. Like you can't just sort of talk about flag smashers in a show and then everything be back to normal. Like everyone's life should still be fucking miserable.
What do you think? What impact would the blip have on the economy? Because Thanos thought it would be a good thing for the human. You think so? Why?
It would destroy the economy. Absolutely. It would destroy it because, like, dude, okay, if you had a car loan out there or something, you didn't make your car loan for a bunch of years, 5 years of payments.
Yeah.
Dude, your credits in like the
there would have to be some kind of government loan forgivenance program. People would live away for 5 years. Yeah, there'd be some sort of form or thing, some benefit you can apply for. You know, they're not just going to have people come back from a 5-year blip and expect you to go ahead and pay your car payments after all that.
Sam Wilson couldn't get a loan, Ramie. He had 5 years of no credit.
Ramie, you didn't pay attention to Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Fucking loan for his sister's boat because Tony Stark wasn't paying anybody on the Avengers. Even though he said he financed everyone. I guess not everyone. The Vision was able to put a down payment on a plot of land. He was paying.
And he's not even human.
And not the... I'm not going to get into race politics again, but Tony Stark is now canonically racist.
Yeah, how does sentient artificial intelligence get approved for a home loan? You know what I mean? That's weird. That's a dark place we're going to right there.
He probably hacked into the system and manipulated it.
That's true.
But it doesn't matter because Falcon couldn't fucking get a loan to fix a boat.
Well,
he was an Avenger. He was one of the most famous people on the planet, and
there was more going on there, Drew. I think we all know there was a message. All right.
Yeah, there was a message. There was, and it was stupid. It was a very bad message for the world that they were building. For the real world, yeah, great message. For the MCU, where there's a sky laser every fucking 3 weeks, no.
Like, would we get together and do this? Could we get together and do this if 10 years ago? No, it'd be if 12 years ago we were just living our life. But we had the knowledge that there used to be the super soldier in World War II who died. And then we find out he comes back to life. But then like 2 hours later, the sky opens up above New York and now aliens are a thing. And then eventually we have to deal with the fact that like there's a different realm. We learn about the realm because of Thor. And we're still trying to figure out like, okay, there's realms, but what's space and what's what? And then the fucking Thanos guy comes, this big green motherfucker or purple motherfucker, and then half of us just like we don't have any warning of this. Like we're just all of a sudden everyone's dusting away. Like I don't fucking know. Did that billionaire have something to do with it? He's dead. What the fuck? And then after that, there's like a big thing emerges from the sky, and one guy is like fucking around. He's like, "Oh, I'll just spin the world around to go to last year at this time and see what the moon looked like." And I'm like, "Whoa, fuck!" And then the big fucking my arm, and then it's like, "Oh well, let's sit down and talk about the goddamn Super Bowl commercials."
Yeah, your life would be a waking nightmare every day living in that world. Like, it would suck. You should honestly, people that live in the MCU should hate the Avengers.
Yeah,
like, you have ruined our lives so much worse than the purple.
It's all back to Tony Stark. Every problem is traced back to Tony Stark.
They shouldn't want to eat the rich. They should want to kill the Avengers.
Yeah. Did you see what those motherfucking Avengers did again?
My internet's been dropping in and out for like the last 2.5 minutes, and every time I come back, you guys are on a different tangent of this Marvel. I can't wait to go back and watch and listen to this and see what the fuck you guys have been talking about the last 2.5 minutes.
You'd be like, did you hear that Scarlet Witch crumbled under a mountain? Oh, thank fucking Christ! About goddamn time that bitch is gone.
Do you remember?
She hypnotized the whole fucking city.
In that, yeah, 3,000 people, and the guy's mom. Eric Foreman's mom was like, she was lucid for a minute, and she just goes, "Just let us die." They were in pain, and then Monica Rambeau, she comes out and just goes, they'll never know what you sacrificed. Her children were imaginary, and she was torturing people, and it was all for a boner joke. Remember that guy's name was Ralph Boner?
Yeah, Boner.
It wasn't even Quicksilver from the Fox universe. God damn it! Why do they do this?
All right. Well, on that note,
hey, how was your day? How was your day? Oh, my day was good until Ant-Man went into the fucking quantum realm and fucked everything up again.
Was the quantum realm, was that just completely immune to the snap? Like, was of all the billions of people across the universe that got snapped out, was the quantum realm a part of the snap? We don't know. How did that affect? We can't even fathom how many realities there are in the quantum realm. There's mirror verses to the quantum realm. God damn it. It's like, yeah. And I'm going to sit here and be like, dude, everyone's mad about us having Damian Lillard and firing the Bucks coach. And they're like, yeah, did you see that Captain America? Maybe he threw his shield too hard and hit somebody in the neck and they almost died. Like,
yeah. And then now that new Captain America took his shield and cut a fucking person in half.
Dude, everyone acts like Captain America never killed anybody. Like, that's insane too, because it's like he legitimately kicks in a door like he's doing a no-knock warrant, and he was shooting Nazis. He's just like bow, bow, bow with his shield out. He's killing Nazis, and they're all like, well, we never saw the blood, but there was blood on the shield and spooky music when John Walker did something.
Hey, did the Brewers win today? Oh, I don't know, honey. I was watching the news. A fucking city fell out of the sky.
Yeah, Mark Anastasio, he's one of those bad millionaires. He doesn't invest in the roster. It's like, oh yeah, Tony Stark didn't pay 3 of the Avengers.
Hey, honey, did you say you have relatives in Sokovia? Because it's in space now.
Baron Zemo would be a good guy to the entire world because of that shit. It's one of the many people who lost family members because the Avengers were like, why don't you go whack an entire city's core with your hammer and blow it to shreds?
Sorry to derail your Super Bowl ep, but it's clear that Drew and I both needed this.
It's totally fine. I asked you if there was anything 10 minutes ago. I said any final thoughts on anything, and this is what you wanted. You are our guest, Bart Winkler. I'm happy to grant you that.
This worked better than Cialis, dude.
Yeah.
I thought it was more therapeutic, but whatever you get out of it, it's fine, I guess.
Yeah.
God.
All right, Bart.
Got out of my back. A lot of stuff off my shoulders here. Holy shit.
Catch him on CBS Sports Radio weekdays, 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. if you're listening in the Central. Otherwise, if you're in a different time zone, fucking figure it out. I don't know. I don't got to do that math for you. And also into the Winklerverse, wherever you get your podcast. Bart, you said you're going live tomorrow at 2, and I can hop in if I want.
Tuesday at 2, our weekly live Tuesday at 2 show.
Nice. I'll jump in. I'll see what you're talking about, and I'll jump in. Thank you, Bart. I'll see you later, dude. There's Bart Winkler, superstar, national radio superstar from CBS Sports Radio. All right. You feel better, Drew? You good? Seems like that was good for you.
No. Because we didn't even start getting into the Rings of Power debacle.
No, we don't need to do that. No, we don't need. We really don't need to do that. That's been Bart Winkler. That's Drew Flaggy. I'm Ramie Mackloff. This has been episode 16 of Ramie and Drew. This is going right up wherever you get your podcast. We're on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. And if you're listening to it on Monday, January 12th, in just a few hours, right after Bucks and Nuggets, we will be going live here on YouTube and as well as Twitter and Facebook. Drew, I will talk to you then, sir.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right. I'll do it. Ramie and Drew.